Hey everyone, Mr. Beal here, part 2 of the INCREDIBOX tutorial. Just in case you forget how to get there, go to INCREDIBOX.com, and when you scroll down, you're going to click on Try Web Version. And hopefully you've already spent some time checking out the different versions. Today I'm going to go ahead and go with the Love. Now, the goal of today is to really start to figure out which sounds you like the most. Instead of just doing it randomly, to start to think about, which sounds are the most interesting to you. Can you see working really well in the form of a song? So that's what I'm going to demonstrate right here. How can we go about doing that? So I'm going to start with this one of these blue ones here. Actually, you know what? No, that's not true. I'll start with this yellow one here. Now you might notice that the colors are different in certain versions. For example, in Sunrise, the drum sounds were green, but you might discover in some of these that the colors are not always the same. So, for example, in this version, the yellow sounds are the drum beats, and the purple sounds are the vocal beats that have words. So let's start with this one. Okay, let's see what happens if I add this one. Now, let's say for a second that you liked those two songs and you've already searched through a whole bunch of other songs already. Well, here's how I would label that. I would think of these as 1 through 5. So I would call that yellow 1 and call that one red 1. You could even make a note like, yellow 1 robot guy, or red 1 red polka dot glasses guy. And then what you might want to do is open up another document and say to yourself, maybe for my introduction, just kind of put this over here maybe, you could say, that I'm going to say, start with red 1, red polka dot glasses, then add on gold 1 or yellow 1 after, 2 repetitions maybe. And then you say to yourself, okay, well, what would that sound like? Well, you can test that out by going like this. Let's X them out. And what you could do is you could put this guy here. And just so you know, like this whole circle right here is 1 repetition. So every time you want a new sound to start, it has to be before it gets to that point. Here we go. Let go, and here we go. And if you like that, then great. If you don't, delete it, go back to the drawing board and come up with a different plan. So let's pretend that maybe that's your introduction, and then you say to yourself, okay, well, for my verse, if you want to call it that, I'd like to get some blue and purple in here. So something you could do is plan ahead for some blue and purple. And part of it has to do with timing, by the way. Just getting really good timing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing solo. And then, so it's really cool when you want to do a solo, you can just hold the click button down. Now, you could always mute somebody by just clicking on them, like I said in my last video. Now, obviously this would take a few more minutes, but what you could, if you decided these are the sounds you like, let's just mute it for a second here. You could notice that I took blue 1 and blue 2 and purple 1 and purple 2. And then I would go to my list, if that's what I wanted, and I would say, I could say something like, keep intro sounds, add on blue 1 and blue 2, add on purple 1 and purple 2. And honestly, you could do it in a way that's even more interesting. Like you can go add on blue 1, purple 1, blue 2, purple 2. Maybe come up with an order. Let's see how that would sound. So let's take these out for a second here. So if I did blue 1 and purple 1, here's what it would sound like. Here's blue 2 and purple 2, right on time. Now, as I'm listening here, I'm realizing you might have this too. You realize, well, I can't really hear everything too well. So you might decide, yeah, that's too loud. So I think maybe in that verse, I actually want once blue 1 and blue 2. And you start to hear the difference. You know, and so far I've kept these two in the whole time. So, you know, these are decisions you can make, you can think about. And then what you're going to want to do is after you brainstorm some ideas, then that's when you're going to go to the Microsoft form I have set up for you, which you'll see in your in the lesson plan I made you, and I'll just scroll ahead to that here. And that looks something like this when you get there. So step 11 when you get down there. And basically, it's just answering the questions you just did. INCREDIBOX, what's your plan? You'll tell me, did you pick Alpha, Little Miss, Sunrise, or The Love? And then what sounds are you definitely planning on using? And then you can just type as many sounds as you want into the box here. Just be specific. And then I give you 2 optional questions. So optional, if you want to, organize your sounds into sections, like I just did in the demonstration. There could be an intro, a verse, a chorus, and then I put super cool extra optional. Give me a play-by-play of how your song is going to work, which I actually was just showing you as well. For example, intro, green 4 starts by itself. Then add red 2 and red 3. Etc., etc. So I would love to see you go into some detail with this. Give me some ideas for your plan. And then let's not actually record or share anything today. I'm going to leave that for the next lesson. So for today, just really start to come up with the blueprints, the plans of how your song is going to be constructed. And what sounds you're definitely going to use. And like I said, the first 2 questions are required, like tell me what sounds you're going to use, and maybe you don't want to come up with a plan. Maybe you just know the sounds you like and you're going to just kind of improvise that and make it up as you go. But if you do want to get more specific, option, the 3rd and 4th question here give you a chance to explain yourself a little more. Okay, cannot wait to hear your projects, everybody, and happy mixing.